inside. I love this every time. All these days. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see this right here? Hopefully y'all can. Fuck it, man. Hopefully y'all can hear this. Fuck it, man. Hopefully y'all can hear this. So this is NBCnews.com. Political national security. U.S. military shot unidentified object over Lake Huron. U.S. military shoots down unidentified object over Lake Huron. Uh-oh. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this screen. Oh, shoot. Hold on. So anyway, hopefully it's more visible now. But this is NBC News. It says U.S. military shoots down unidentified object over Lake Huron. It was the fourth flying object in less than 2 weeks to be downed over North American airspace. The U.S. military shot down an unidentified object Sunday over Lake Huron. The Pentagon confirmed the fourth flying object in less than 2 weeks to be downed over North American space. In a statement, the Department of Defense said the shoot down by an F-16 fighter and AIM-9X missile took place at 2:42 a.m., roughly 20,000 feet altitude. President Joe Biden gave the order based on the recommendations of military leadership after the object's path and altitude raised concerns about the risk to civil aviation. It was judged not to be a military threat, but could have had surveillance capabilities, the statement said. A senior administration official described the object to NBC News as an octagonal structure with strings hanging off, but no discernible payload. The official said the U.S. Northern Command and NORAD initially detected a radar contact and sent fighter aircraft to investigate. Those aircrafts did not identify any object to correlate to the radar hits, which led NORTHCOM and NORAD to believe it could be an anomaly and to continue to monitor the situation. But on Sunday morning, NORAD detected an object and maintained visual and radar tracking of it. The Pentagon statement said, based on its flight path and data, we can reasonably connect this object to the radar signal picked up over Montana, which flew in proximity to sensitive DoD sites, or otherwise known as Defense Department sites. The location of the shootdown was chosen to minimize risk to people on the ground and to improve chances for recovering the debris. The statement said there were no indications of any civilians hurt or otherwise affected, it said. The FAA briefly closed some airspace over Lake Michigan on Sunday to support the Department of Defense, aka DoD, activities. The agency said in a statement the airspace has since been reopened. The administration official described the object as an octagonal structure with strings hanging off, but no discernible payload. Representative Jack Bergman, whose district includes the area where the object was shot down, tweeted that he had been briefed about the shoot down, and in a later post called the response a decisive action using the right equipment. He also noted that challenges that debris recovery could present. Lake Huron is very, very cold this time of year. They're going to have to use some special diving capabilities to get down there. The United States Representative Alyssa Slotking, a Michigan Democrat, earlier Sunday tweeted the object has been downed by pilots from the U.S. Air Force and National Guard. Great work by all who carried out this mission, both in the air and back at headquarters. We are all interested in exactly what this object was and is. Purpose. She added that we will continue to ask Congress for a full briefing. After news broke that the object has been downed, Senator Debbie Stabenow, Democrat from Michigan, Tammy Baldwin, Democrat from Wisconsin, and Ron Johnson, Republican from Wisconsin, tweeted that they had been notified by the Department of Defense that an object over Lake Huron had been shot down. After the Chinese surveillance balloon was down this month, the U.S. military is now looking at a wider range of radar data as it monitors North American airspace and is looking at more objects and smaller objects that it might have filtered out as a clutter in the past. The U.S. defense officials said NBC. The U.S. defense officials told NBC News the Washington Post was first to report this shift. It remains unclear whether the military is now spotting objects that have been present but not noticed, or there are new aerial objects that were not present before. One U.S. defense official said that the North American Aerospace Defense Command is looking at more raw radar data than previously. The earliest comparison is an online search for a car when you use filters for colors, models, etc. and see the search results. Then go back and say turn off the color filter and you see more options. The official told NBC News, the data was always there, but due to how we process radar data into visualizations for decision making, some of the data was screened out. We're actively adjusting that process now to refine how we see, which of course affects what we see. We don't yet know whether these phenomena have been there for a while and we're just now seeing them, or if this is new, the official added. Between data from object recovery and going through technical radar data, we are working toward better understanding. On February 4th, a Chinese surveillance balloon was shot down by an F-22 Raptor with a missile off the coast of South Carolina near Myrtle Beach. Then on Friday, the U.S. military shot down a high-altitude object flying over Alaskan airspace and Arctic waters. National Security Council official John Kirby at the White House described the object flying at an altitude of roughly 40,000 feet as roughly the size of a small car. A day later, on Saturday, a U.S. fighter jet shot down another unidentified object in the skies over Canada on Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's orders.